So Phil, we've reached the end of the January transfer window. Talk us through the business that Brentford have done this window.
So the window started off with a bit of a flurry of activity, phone calls, offers, in and out, and then went quiet for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then obviously right at the end it got lively again. But overall, pretty happy with what's happened this window.
Talk about it getting lively towards the end. The one that everyone we were talking about will be Scott Hogan. A lot of Scott Hogan move was done in the media, but from behind the scenes, what was some of the things that happened with Scott?
Well, I mean, there was offers for Scott early in the window, and that obviously, affected him in his situation, and made it difficult for him to focus on playing for us. It's been well documented. We as a club weren't happy with that. I think it's a product of the transfer window as a whole. I think football's set up a transfer window which doesn't actually work for football, and I like to think that maybe we can start to look collectively, and Brentford can't change anything, but collectively maybe look at how we can do it differently, because all clubs are being affected, not just Brentford, big clubs, small clubs, all being affected by this, and it's puts too much pressure on players in a small part of the season.
You talk about a transfer window that doesn't work for football. I mean, why doesn't it work in your eyes?
Like I say, it puts too much stress and pressure on clubs and players and everyone associated and working in football for that limited period. And in my opinion and limited understanding of economics, if you restrict supply restrict supply in the market, well, prices go up. So we're restricting the supply of footballers by putting in all into 1 month. So prices are obviously going up. Clubs need to do something, and so they have to pay top dollar in order to force the move. So I can't see how it works, but it's something to look at.
You talk about paying top dollar. The club was very insistent that Scott Hogan and no player was going anywhere till the valuation that they were looking for was met.
Yeah, that's it's standard club policy. We have a valuation. We had offers early in the window. We weren't at the valuation, so we didn't accept. But in fairness to Aston Villa, they came in and were quick to meet the valuation. Obviously, again, end of the window, it kind of focuses minds a little bit. So we accepted, and it went through pretty smoothly after that.
And in terms of the incomings, obviously Hotter returned from his loan spell. You've got Florian in as well, and Sergi today. So offers width and a bit of attacking impetus going forward. Yeah,
I think it's something we've missed. We've not really had natural wide players. Great to get Sergi back. I don't really need to talk about him. We all know what he can do. Hotter as well, the same. Also fantastic, brilliant tonight against Aston Villa. Florian, obviously coming over to the Championship, will have to adapt to the league, but did well again tonight. And we've got until the summer to have a look. And I know he's super motivated to impress, and we want to work with him. And we'll have a look and see if it's something we can continue past this season.
When you spoke at the very start of our chat here about the beginning of the window, there were offers in and out. What were the areas that you identified maybe at the start of the window to look at strengthening?
Well, width. We need width. With Scott leaving, we always knew that was a possibility. So we had to look to see if there was a sensible decision in terms of should we replace him now, or was it better to strengthen the team and the squad as a whole, which because it's not a one-man team. It's not a one-man game or a one-man team. It's always about the squad as a whole and the composition of the team. And if that's more balanced, I think that that can improve the team, even if you lose a player of Scott's quality. And we've got complete confidence in our squad.
I mean, there's talk about Rasmus, as Femi said, that he wants to be stronger after every transfer window than when they went into it. How do you feel that the club is stronger now than it was on January the 1st?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the context of that was obviously about strength of the squad and the players on the pitch. Sometimes it's hard to make that overtly obviously happen, but what I hope we've achieved through each window is either strengthening the squad and the team on the pitch, or strengthening the club as a whole. So in January last year, clearly we didn't bring anyone in, we sold players, so you can't argue, well, that's stronger therefore on the pitch, especially with the quality of the players like Taki and Tumani, who we lost. But what we did is we took the money at that point, and we thought there's really good young players to come out of League One who are out of contract in the summer. We targeted those. when we brought them in. So it was part of a long-term strategy as opposed to panic and throwing money at the situation now just to back up a claim that we should be stronger after every window. I think the club as a whole can be stronger, not just on the pitch, but in terms of financially as well, and can be on a good footing to move forward in the future. And
talking about moving forward, obviously one window is almost closed now, but plans and things going to be in place soon for looking towards the summer?
Yeah, we'll be looking at this summer and long term. People think that's before. Well, maybe people think before January. What you're looking at is the January window. Actually, no, we're not looking at that. We're looking at the long term composition of the squad, contract lengths, new contracts for current players. What does the squad look like in the summer? What does it look like next January? And what does it look like in summer of 2018? And alongside that, which players in our B team, will be ready at, in which window, and to try and promote some more of those players coming through. So that's important. So it's always about long-term planning in my job and Rasmus's job.
And just a little word on the B team. Obviously, they've had some eye-catching results recently. I mean, where do you see their development coming at the moment?
It's doing, yeah. I mean, we set some targets at the start of the season, and I think we've met nearly all of those targets. It's not just about players coming in to the first team group. I think the most important thing this year for me was showing that we could set up a games program which was better than what we were doing last year with the development squad. And I think we've achieved that. I think that's been a big success. So the players have played at a higher level and been able to train more with the first team, and therefore that just stands in good stead for those players to actually be able to come into the team through the second half of the season and actually, like Tom Field last year, potentially get some minutes ready for next season.